Love it or hate it, but ecomobility is the flavour of October in the Sandton CBD. And if it depends on the members of ICLEI, it will also be the case at the UN Climate Summit in Paris.
There's a great deal of ambition amongst the cities in the world to actually take action and to further scale up action on sustainable transport.
I come from a city of 120,000 and I can share experiences with government leaders of cities with 10 million people. We are dealing with the same problems, and what we can learn from an event like this is that we are all in this together and we have to solve this together.
What we have seen is in the period leading up to Paris that governments across the world have announced that they will take action on transport and sustainable transport. The declaration which was adopted here in Johannesburg provides the details which puts the meat on the bones of these commitments that were announced by governments.
We know that the greenhouse gas emissions globally from the transport sector are huge and growing. And we also know that more and more of these come from urban transportation. This is why we said in that Johannesburg Declaration on Ecomobility in Cities, we summarize how we can reduce these greenhouse gas emissions from urban transportation. And our answer is ecomobility. The combination of walking, cycling, public transport, shared mobility and the smart integration of all that.
The city of Johannesburg already started walking the talk.
Part of the legacy of the Ecomobility Festival does include increased sidewalks, dedicated cycling lanes for cyclists. It includes infrastructure for a bus rapid transit system that's coming into Sandton. So ecomobility, we say, is a precursor to the future that we're introducing to Johannesburg and to Sandton in particular.
ICLEI delegates and ecomobility experts had the opportunity to experience Johannesburg's bold experiment of turning Sandton into an eco-mobility zone.
We need to implement ways for the citizens to be able to travel in different ways than by the private car. And what you're doing here in Johannesburg towards enabling people to use public transport and walk paths and so on, it's a huge step and you should be proud of it, but you have a long way to go and you need to get everybody on board.
We've seen Johannesburg using multimodal transport. This is a very important lesson for us to apply when Kaohsiung hosts the next Ecomobility World Festival in 2017.
Johannesburg authorities also learned some lessons.
The first is about integrated ticketing. The ability to use different modes of public transport in an integrated way is going to be important to the success of public transport provision in our city. The second, I think, is the lesson around the contraflow lanes. The contraflow lanes being those lanes that we've dedicated during the peak period that are underutilized during the peak for public transport. Because that has significantly improved the ability of the buses to move people with greater speed.
While ICLEI members are working hard getting sustainable urban transport on top of the international climate agenda, Joburgers can still for the rest of October try out some eco-mobility transport options. Marize de Klerk, Joburg Today.